Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world are Arise News analyst Emmanuel Lefeni and, of course, Dayo Shubowale. Gentlemen, it's good to have you as always.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mbaye. Good afternoon, Dayo.
Good afternoon.
We'll start the review with This Day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. The lead story, again, CBN raises MPR to 26.25% to subdue inflation. Cardoso, monetary tightening yielding desired outcomes. Banking systems safe, sound despite headwinds. Plans stronger regulatory framework for fintechs. NECA, that's Nigeria Employers Consultative Association. Ayo Teriba, The Economist. CPPE, Center for Private Enterprise. Aggressive monetary tightening, squeezing businesses, hurting borrowers. Naira sustains gains on official window, stable at parallel FX market. Yes, the CBN expectedly yesterday raised interest rate to 26.25%. Of course, the goal is to subdue inflation. But it's like this inflation, it's like you're trying to press a balloon into the water, keep springing up and going up. But that is the goal. But elsewhere, it's reported that perhaps this will be the last time, at least in the next couple of meetings, that the CBN will raise rates. But there are complaints. And the Guardian newspaper is reporting CBN guns for stable currency, FPIs as rates hike hurts businesses. Of course, MPR raised by 150 basic points to 26.25%. And that, again, complaints from the key players in the economy. And the Punch newspaper also reporting that story. Private sector fears loans repayment crisis. Previous interest rate hikes killing businesses. 1.5 trillion bad loans may rise. Operators, Dayo, the veteran or retired banker, I call you now. Okay. Now, of course, this has a way of reflecting in the loans people have already taken.
Of course.
And that is killing. That's what the businessmen are saying.
The cost of doing business, the cost of producing goods will rise because of this. And then, see, repayment arrangements will go hurry. Get me? Then you have loans being donated to bad loans. And you have recovery departments of banks going after people, embarrassing them at churches as debtors and so on. It is a bad situation. You get me? But you see, the tool for fighting inflation in monetary policy is the tool they are using. But you see, are the fundamentals of our economy, are they manageable by these tools? Do you get me?
Yeah.
Because the thing is not subsiding. In other places, you have inflation, maybe 2-3%. See our own as we skyrocket. It will still go up further. So something is wrong. So, but the banks are making money and smiling all the way to their banks.
To themselves.
Yes. Well, that's it. There's something wrong with our system. And if they do not control this
inflation.
I mean, if you do, inflation is one thing. Even the fall of the naira. Yeah. If there's no intervention, we will always have problems.
You are still expecting that intervention.
By the grace of God. That's the solution.
Well, the intention is good.
Yes.
The tool is right. But the outcome.
That's right.
I empathize.
Unintended consequences.
I actually empathize with CBN because they're doing what they can within their power. You actually see them making an effort using tools that are tried and tested, but they can't operate as an island.
They are not getting results.
There There's no foreign. So where's
no response
from the fiscal? Where's the response? Where's the increase in production? Where are the policies that are saying, okay, fine, while we wait for loans or while we wait for whatever, this is what we're doing to stimulate our economy so that we can move forward? Where are, let's do some tariffs on certain imported goods so that we can promote Nigerian in replacement for imported products. Low-hanging fruits.
Let's hit the nail on the head. The central bank is doing its own work with the tools. It is happy that the banks are strong. You see, it's to all these policies, aside from arresting inflation, they have to make the banks strong so they don't fail. But if the banks are so strong they can't fail, and the customers are so hungry and so weak, they can't even have access to their own money except through POS, and they can't use ATMs. Something is fishy somewhere.
Well, one manager used to tell his staff, I'm not interested in efforts. I'm interested in
profit.
In results.
That's profit.
That's profit. Well, let's just move on. Well, there's some good news, The Business Day newspaper is reporting manufacturers export ride weaker naira to 9-year high. Triples in 1 year. Yes, Nigeria's biggest manufacturers, right, according to this report, have a weaker naira to thank for a tripling in export sales in the first quarter of 2024. Companies like, looking at the report of companies like Unilever, Nigeria PLC, Nestle, Nigeria PLC, Okomo Oil PLC, and of course Dangote Cement, right? Shows that their combined revenue from exports surged by 201.1% in the first quarter of this year to 387.2 billion naira, up from 128.6 billion naira in the first quarter of 2023. So the weaker naira,
but are those real?
Well, bringing some gains.
No, I was about to mention that. Like, look, fine, you could have just a small handful of companies.
But these are big companies.
Yes, they are big. They've been around for some time. A handful doesn't actually reflect on the larger.
No, but it's not every company that exports. So if we have this major company exporting, because the naira is weak compared to
if you look
the currency being used by our neighbors.
Look at
perhaps there's
companies.
some positive.
They are old companies who know this environment, and they know the tricks deeply to stay afloat.
You call it tricks?
Of course, that is it.
They know the game.
Okay. What of the? I still say it. You always shy away from it. The astronomical profits of the banks. Are they not in the same environment? And then they are not delivering basic services to customers. Something is fishy somewhere.
Yes, we look at the New Telegraph newspaper.
I don't want to talk about that.
the banks.
Okay, go ahead.
It's like you are longing to go back to the bank.
At this age?
I was about to say, maybe we should get some investigative journalism.
Well, New Telegraph newspaper, chaos looms. Life becoming tough for average citizens. Arewa Consultative Forum warns Tinubu. Yes, Nigeria should be patient with us. The presidency admonishing there. Shetima, our policies focused on what works best for Nigeria. President has performed. APC says Atiku Obi united by disdain for Tinubu. Well, of course, the coming together or the meeting of minds recently by Peter Obi, Labour Party candidate, and Atiku Abubakar. Of course, it's not making the APC sleep easy.
That's the essence of politics.
Yes.
You must allow
I said it. There must be decent.
Yes.
Opposition should do their work. Decent opposition, constructive criticism.
You've just mentioned the word I've been thinking about, right? Constructive criticism. How much of that have we been having with the current crop of opposition that we have?
Well, they've been making their voice heard, because at one time we also accused them of being too docile. right?
Making their voice heard, or is it like a knee-jerk reaction to certain policies? Oh, they just woken from their slumber.
No, I think they've been consistent for some time now. And if it means pointing out fault lines in policy formulation and policy implementation, why not?
That's what is expected.
That's what is expected of them. Okay?
As long as they don't get abusive or personal.
Yes, I agree with you there, Dio. Now, the Blueprint newspaper, 54,000 naira minimum wage, offer a joke carried too far. Labour. Contrary to reports yesterday, I don't know where that report came from, or the government, some people just flew that kite to get Labour back to the table, that 100,000 naira had been offered by the government. What was on the table yesterday? The government, the federal government simply adopted NECA's, organized private sectors, 54,000 naira. That was what they put on the table the first time when government put 48,000 naira. And Labour is saying, look, this is still a joke. 54,000 naira, government put on the table.
That's the government offer. It's a joke.
That's what Labour is saying.
Labour's offer too is more of a joke. At 650,000.
But after
they are both on serious.
After the joke, they have to meet somewhere.
Of course. Where will they meet?
They have 9 days to do that.
You see, Labour must climb down somewhat, and government must move up too. Then they find the meeting point.
That's why it's a negotiation.
That's right. And the sooner they do it, the better. Before Labour's deadline of 31st.
Okay, Daily Trust newspaper, another sad story. Bandits kill 50. Burn houses in Plateau. Wase Kanem axis no longer peaceful. We have killed 7 of the attackers, police. Police killed 7 of the attackers killed 50 Nigerians. No peace on the plateau still. So security still a major issue.
People want to get back to their houses and their lands, not to live perpetually in IDP camps.
Yes, okay, we just conclude with the Guardian newspaper of UK. Alarm over big increase in under 40s with diabetes, obesity, junk food. Gross inequality blamed for 39% rise in 6 years.
Chocolates now.
Yeah. All sort of things. And then next to it is that image of that very scary flight.
Yes, the British passenger dies in severe plane turbulence.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we've more or less run out of time. But Emmanuel Lefeni and, of course, Dayo Shobowale, it's always a pleasure having you both to discuss what's the latest on the tabloids. Good to have you.